A joke. That being said, speaking of stripping, before we get to the Disney news, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's all over. My locals are sending it, and other folks. People are stripping down pride flags, which has been really interesting. In Canada, even in Ottawa, Muslim children took down, stomped on pride flags. Then you had Massachusetts middle school students tearing down pride decorations, chanting USA apparently at a school. This is, by the way, when they were being forced to wear rainbow colors to school. So they did that in reaction to being forced to do this stuff. There were also, I believe, there's another video I saw of students being forced to watch pride videos during class at a public school, and they booed that. And then, of course, there's a Muslim majority town, the only one in the United States, Hamtramck, which has now banned pride flags being thrown on public property. So there are folks that are, let's say, pushing back, and probably because of some of the agenda that corporations like Disney have been pushing recently, particularly regarding children. And when I say agenda, I talk about the fact that that Iger is deeply inserting himself into politics. And this is the tweet from Pro, which he retweeted from the Laughing Place, which is Gavin Newsom with Bob Iger and Josh D'Amaro talking about plans for Disneyland forward. Now, I don't know what they're planning to do that would be so radical in California.
Yeah.
I think anybody trying to start the conversation that they're going to suddenly build take Disney World to California, that's obviously not going to happen. No. That's obviously not something there. What it probably is they're trying to get some sort of tax subsidies or zoning exemptions to do an expansion there, or to build out a little bit to develop certain area.
It's a tax grab for pronouns.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is, and that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's what I was picking up off of this. This is more of a political. Oh, sorry, I didn't know if that's how that does that. That's how that does that. It was more of a we're gonna virtue signal here, because Gavin Newsom has been on a crusade of saying, okay, California is better than Florida and Texas because we are LGBTQA plus friendly. And I don't know if you saw earlier, but I talked about it before you came on. There's this narrative of a mass exodus from Texas and Florida. What do you think about that, Valiant? Do you think people are leaving Florida and Texas in mass because they're being persecuted?
No, this is a Marxist lie. This is an American politics Marxist lie. It's not happening. We have seen the trend lines for the last 10 years, if not longer, from this point, from American census bureaus, from reality in all respects, that people are exiting blue states in mass numbers, be they New York, be they Washington State, be they Oregon, be they California, New York, whatever. They are leaving in droves because the people who actually make the money are waking up going, I don't want to pay this money anymore. Look, dude, I live here in Louisiana. Louisiana is, unfortunately, over the years, has devolved into a shithole. I mean, I'm not just talking about from everybody kills one another in New Orleans. Don't live in New Orleans because it's a dumpster fire.
New Orleans, right? You're talking about the state in a broader context.
In a broader text, from a fiscal perspective, it's a shithole. It's one of the worst places to start a business in the country because it is still run by people who have their hands out and want to be paid for your patronage. Frankly, this is one of the reasons that Walt Disney himself abandoned the state of Louisiana and moved on to Florida. Originally, he wanted to build Walt Disney World right here. He decided not to because too many Louisiana politicians said, well, pay me. He said no.
Yeah.
He moved on. That was it. The problem is at this point is that a lot of these states are driving off their highest earners, and they're trying to use social shaming as a metric to shame them into staying. It's not working anymore. They are leaving. So as far as I'm concerned, I hope and pray that places like California and New York continue to just go down the toilet, drive off their most valuable businesses to go elsewhere. Don't bring your politics with you. Like, don't move to Texas and say, well, California is such a shithole, but I'm going to move to Texas now and vote the same stupid way that I voted in California.
Unfortunately, the preliminary assessment on this, and I can, and Texans and people out there, I know in Florida, for example, I saw this where they bring it right there. They don't understand that those things created the problem in the majority of cases. They're just bringing it down. It's unfortunate.
Of immaturity and juvenile thinking.
Yes.
Right? These people are, the people who are doing this are adults, but they are adult children. They're overgrown adults. And they have not actually evolved with the mental capacity to function as adults and vote as adults. And that's the problem with the country now.
Yes, absolutely. It's a bunch of children running the show.
Yeah.
And it's emotionalism and, just I want this all the time. And, Disney is probably the most emblematic of a corporation that caters to those adults, right? Those adult children. That is, I believe they actually believe that's their target market, is those adult children, those people that are in that suspended childhood and they're 35, 40, 45. Right. And they're still like we say, snorting that pixie dust and, living that disbelief that their, life of a barista that goes to Disney World, twice or three times a week, that is their source of happiness and value in the world. It's a very sad thing. This video has been a clip of a previous live stream, and it's clipped so you can get the information in a shorter, compact package, the information you need. If you want the full video, the whole context, the whole thing, you can check out the full stream that is in the link below. Check that out, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.